Hi, this is Christelle with Eco Chico, and today I'm going to be talking to you about decluttering your kids' closet. This is one of the dreaded areas to declutter in the house, but today we're going to make it really simple. We're going to use the steps from step number 3 on our Eco Chico decluttering guide. If you haven't downloaded that yet, go to Eco Chico Resale. Scroll down to the bottom. You'll be able to download our free decluttering guide, which is going to go through a whole gamut bigger than what we're going to do today, but we are going to use principles from that guide in our decluttering of our closet. And just so you guys know, this closet is for all 3 of my kids. It's already been decluttered many times, but today I'm going to show you how you can even go through the routine a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th time every 3 months and still get a lot of clutter out of your kids' closet to kind of just keep your life relaxed and under control. As for supplies today, we're just going to need a few simple things to declutter a kid's closet. We need a trash bag, always lots of fun little treats and things you can find in kids' closet. This is just a normal kind of light, easy to handle laundry bin, and I'm going to be putting items in here that are going to go into storage or are going to be handed down to the next sibling. And then I have a handy donation consignment resale bag. This is just a container where we're going to get rid of things. These are the things that are going out of our house that I'm either going to post on Marketplace or take to resale or consignment, or just end up donating at our local donation center. And then finally, this item I brought into decluttering my kids' closet. It's kind of our memory bin. So this is our designated memory bin containers. You'll see these containers featured in the decluttering guide. They fit just under any bed. They're light. They're easy to handle. And this is how many items I allow for each of my kids in terms of kind of memorabilia, sentimental belongings. So I have this one for my oldest. I know he's got some items in here that I've been saving in the closet that really shouldn't be in there, but this is his bin with all his memorabilia. And so I'm going to have this handy because I know some items will want to retire into here. So friends, as we know, and as we're embarking on a decluttering journey, just like with most projects in life, we want to be really just honest with ourselves. So if we start this exercise like we recommend on the decluttering guide, to just do some mental preparation and realize, hey, what are we trying to accomplish here? We are trying to keep the items that serve us best accessible to us at all times. And so we're just going to be honest with ourselves, and we're going to look at items and put them into one of 3 categories. One are items that we love and serve us well. This is the item that you just cannot live without. It's your favorite clothing item. It's the thing that fits correctly, that you love to wear. It's your Justin Jefferson jersey that's just the right size. That kind of stuff, we're going to say, this needs to stay near and dear. The second category of items are items that we use, we don't love, because they're serving us poorly. They're not fitting that well. They're starting to be faded and stained all over the place. They just don't kind of fit the lifestyle that we have nowadays, or maybe they're just not our style or our character that we're into anymore. We're going to actually try to say goodbye to those items and then grab a handy pen and paper to write down any of those items that really do need to be replaced. They were once items that we loved and served us properly, but they're done serving us, so we need to kind of mindfully find a replacement for them. And then the third category of item, and the one we need to be most honest about, is the stuff that is just no longer serving us. We don't use it. It's beautiful, but it does not get used on the regularly intended basis. So as I look at my other items, I think about items that get used regularly are items that you use daily, items that you use weekly, items that you use monthly, or items that you use on an annual basis. And I take time to make a list of these items for my kids. And so I'll have them up on the screen here, but the items that we use on a daily basis, day in and day out, are school uniforms, of course all your underclothes, undies, socks, undershirts that go with that. And then every single night, without fail, my kids get into their PJs. So those are our daily use items. We're going to make sure those items are front and center, really accessible, really easy to take out, and really easy to put away, which is a key thing. Then the weekly items, of course, that's casual clothes for the weekends. That's our kind of Sunday best or church outfit that we need to have handy. And then it's going to be potentially one of their dance costumes or uniforms that they wear to dance class. Those items need to be accessible, but not daily, more like on a weekly basis. And then there are items that are more like monthly or maybe even very seasonal, like a once a year thing. So we do have a few items in here that we only really access about once a year. Maybe a suit for kids, or maybe a really important outfit that they wear to a cultural event. That's true in our family. Those items only need to be accessible on an annual basis. And actually, if you stay really decluttered, you'll be surprised to see that you can just keep those items right alongside in the same closet. But the truth is, those items are items that might be eligible to move on to a different area of your house just to stay out of your way for everyday living. So first off, I want to talk to you guys about our organization here in this closet. And so this organization system is not the way I had it set up when I was really religious about decluttering for the first time. It's something I kind of gained over the years of experience, and then finally just established as my ongoing really good system for keeping the closet decluttered and helping my kids get dressed completely by themselves, 11, 6, and 4. They always know what they have and where it is. And this was a life changer for me, being able to fold and put away their own laundry every second or third day, as I did these tiny loads where they just have a few items and they are constantly refilling their closet 100% on their own. So let's work on daily wear items. When I look at daily wear items, I look at, first are my kids' uniforms. So just 2 of my kids wear uniforms, and I do like for them to have 4 shirts and 4 sets of pants. They can usually always repeat one, and frankly nowadays we're doing laundry a little more frequently, so that's usually way more than enough for them to have backups. They do have an extra top, these pants. Now here my 6-year-old has an extra pair of pants here. And the reason for that is he mentioned one of his pants is kind of tight. I think it's this one. So I'm actually going to already put this in the storage container because I already know it's too tight on him. So I'm going down to the 4 pants, the 4 shirts, the 1 overshirt, and that's one of the daily items. For my oldest, he also has 4 shirts. He has 3 overshirts because these get lost easily, and 4 pants as well. We actually just size checked them this weekend, so we know they're exactly the ones that fit him best. I'm working on more daily items down here. My kids' PJs are here. There's actually 1 pair that I know is a little bit too small on my oldest right now. And then his other pair of jammies will be here. He's got a stack of underwear, and he actually did point out that a certain set of his undies were getting kind of tight, so I'm just gonna actually take those out, and that way he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of undies in here. That's plenty for any kid, especially since we're doing laundry every 3 or 4 days. He's got his pile of socks. We just went through those. I know my middle one does have a few socks that are a little on the small side. So I'm going to put those in there. And then his 2 jammies fit. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of underwear, and it doesn't look like any of them have like holes or rips or anything like that. That tends to happen, so we take those out when we see them. And then my youngest actually kind of has a scarcity of socks, so I'm just gonna take note on my paper that he needs a couple more pairs of socks. And then he's got his PJs. And then he's got 5 sets of undies. He does well with that. He probably has a couple of backups at school, so he's doing good there. So moving on to our weekly items, my kids usually do have kind of one set of like dressy or kind of church clothes. And actually I'm more persuaded lately to keep 2 sets of those because we do so often have family gatherings and then also church on Sunday. So I'm going to make sure they each have 2 nice outfits. Here are 2 sweaters I really like for my youngest. I have not been able to get him to wear this particular undershirt. I think it's uncomfortable. Maybe it's a little tight in his arms. So I'm actually going to toss that in our donation pile right off the bat. But I see he has 2, and I see he has some pants that go with those. My middle son, there's a couple of shirts here that are probably out of season, but here are his 2 sweaters. He's got a pair of pants. I think his jeans are in the wash, so that will make 2 outfits for him. And then for my oldest, sometimes I do keep an extra outfit for my oldest. He gets invited to kind of more events, more things where he dress up. So I'm okay to have him have 1 extra outfit. Plus, I know he's going to pass it on to his siblings. So I'm going to actually just wing it and decide that he can have 2 pairs of pants and 3 kind of dressier tops. So I'm going to keep those here and then separate out the ones that don't need to be included in that. So other than church clothes, the other thing I like to keep for weekly use for my kids are my son's sports jerseys. He's very particular about wearing these out with his friends. So I know that this one fits. This one unfortunately no longer fits even my youngest. But all these are current. This one's actually a little big. We're going to throw this one in storage as well because it'll get a lot less dusty. It's such a precious item. And keep 1 sweater and then 1 other jersey. So these are the jerseys that we're going to keep for weekend wear. This is a little bit breaking my rules of minimalism, but it's okay. These items are being loved. They are being used. So in terms of monthly or even annual use items, I do keep a suit for my oldest. It's just really nice for him to have a suit available if things come up. My kids also sometimes participate in culture activities, so they wear these chadro outfits, maybe to a cultural festival or something like that. So I'm going to keep 1 on hand, the one that's currently fitting each of them. And then there's probably a couple of other ones from the dance shows that they've been participating in. So I will take those out of here. And then as well, we got another jersey as a gift recently. So I am going to put that into the rotation. So these are all the items I have to keep for monthly and annual regular use. So now we are at what I think is actually the most fun part of the process. Why? Because all of these items have been identified as items that are not needed on a daily, weekly, monthly, or annual basis. They just don't fit our budget for as many items as we want to have around, or they're just not serving us well. They're sitting around, they're crowding out and wrinkling all our other items. So we are just going to get rid of all. All of these items are going to find a new home. They're either going to be donated, sold, or stored. So this is a sentimental item. This is my oldest baptism outfit, and so we are just going to pull this out. We don't want it to get dusty or damaged in any way on accident. So I'm just gonna pull this out and put it in his memory bin. Here. Okay. And then sealing it up, taking it out of the room. So for these kind of more weekly items, which are playwear for my kids, they might need 4 outfits per week, maybe a couple of nights a week, plus on Saturday and Sunday they'll wear a playwear item. So I'm gonna keep 4 shirts and actually 3 sweatshirts. I picked out the best ones, the ones that are kind of the most worn, they're going to donation. But what makes this really brilliant is I have helped my youngest with a little bit of folding, but usually he can just stick his items on his shelf. And even if they're not folded, there's enough room in there that items aren't even wrinkled. He's just able to pull them out and dress himself anytime he needs. So same thing on the bottoms. I think I might let him keep 1 extra bottom. So I'll let him keep all the bottoms that he has right now. I know those fit him, and I just recently cleared a couple out with holes. So I'm gonna do the same for my middle and my oldest. So just when you think you've decluttered a ton, I was able to take out maybe like 20 to 25 items for either hand-me-downs or donations away from the closet, and just left this whole area so much easier to handle. As you can see, we cleared everything out of here. So the next step is just the items that we identified are the items that we love, that we use daily, weekly, monthly, or annually on a regular basis. We're just gonna throw all those items back up here. So now with all this newfound space here at the top, I was able to just organize things really quickly. And I have the kind of annual, monthly use items here, like kind of tucked into the less accessible side. But then front and center, everything that's a daily or weekly item. I sorted my kids' clothes from youngest to oldest. And you guys, if you can believe, this is a tiny closet, and it's housing all the clothing, including school uniforms for 3 kids. So if we can do this, I know you can do this too. And one more thing, I forgot to introduce you to the incoming bin. So one thing I've learned with my kids is you just never know when you're gonna get a chance to work on decluttering or work on their outfits. Who knows, some of these things are perfect today, and in less than a month, they could be short and tight and uncomfortable. So what I have here, and what I'm gonna do with just a few of the items that I sorted out of their closet, is I'm gonna say, look, these items are too big right now. They're not really useful, because every time we put them on, they're just a bit too big. But I am gonna keep them very accessible here in the incoming bin. So in the incoming bin, I have just a few items that are either for the upcoming next season or for the current season, but just that one size or half size too big, but we know they'll be in these soon. And as soon as some of these items start fitting tightly, we can just reach in here and pull a replacement.
Action.
So at the end of this process, what we should have left is our stash of items that we're going to take over to Eco Chico Resale, see what we can get for these, use them to replace one item that we did put on our list that needs to be replaced. Then we're going to move some of our items into our bigger storage container as hand-me-downs. And then we had very little trash. I was very proud of my kids and proud to see that there were very few candy wrappers and things like that in the closet, but we've got them in here ready to be thrown away and out of our... So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, do go to ecochicoresale.com and download our full decluttering guide. It's going to give you all sorts of exercises and just simplify the whole process for you to get your entire house back from clutter to just improve your relationship with your kids, help them help you, and of course really help our planet in being more conscious and more minimal consumers. So thanks again, you guys. See you on the next one.